Welcome back to our Algebra 1 series. Today we're up to section 6.4 where we will be using systems of equations. This is actually part 1 of 3. Creating a system of equations from a word problem tends to be a sticking point for many students, so we're going to spend a couple of videos focusing on just story problems. So let's start with this one. In 2019, the Detroit Tigers played 161 games. They lost 67 more games than they won. Well, that's not very good. How many did they win? So looking at the words, let's create some equations. We know they played 161 games, so their wins plus their losses equals 161. They lost 67 more games than they won. So if we take the number of games they lost and subtract how many they won, we know that that equals 67. So now we have a system of equations. We have two equations and two variables. So for this system of equations, we can simply add them together in stack 'em style. The w's would cancel out, and we would be left with 2L equals 228, or L equals 114. So they lost 114 games in one season. We also know that their wins plus their losses equals 161, so we can substitute in the losses, 114, and solve for W, so we know they won 47 games. Here's a different example. Bob is 21 years older than Mike. In 6 years, Bob will be twice as old as Mike. How old are they now? So let's dissect the words and try to make some equations. Bob is 21 years older than Mike. So we know that the B for Bob would be equal to 21 plus whatever Mike's age is, m. So that's one equation. So let's focus on this statement, in 6 years. So we know that in 6 years, Bob's age will be b plus 6, and Mike's age will be m plus 6, as shown here is underlined. We know that Bob will be twice as old as Mike, so twice Mike's age in 6 years will equal Bob's age in 6 years. We are again left with a system of equations. So let's solve it. b plus 6 equals 2m plus 12. We're going to simplify that to b equals 2m plus 6. Now we can use substitution. We know that b is equal to 2m plus 6, but b is also equal to 21 plus m. So we can substitute that in to get 2m plus 6, also known as b, is equal to 21 plus m. We solve for m to get that m is 15. So Mike is 15 and Bob is 36. Let's jump over to the whiteboard and just do a few examples for the day. Okay, let's say we went to some fast food place and we had 2 receipts. I'm just going to write them out like this. Here's a receipt and here's a receipt. Here's my receipt. And I got 1 burger and 1 fry. And my total was $6.30. And my buddy, he's a little hungrier. He got 2 burgers and 3 fries, because he's a pig. And his bill was $15.45. So the question is, how much does a burger cost and how much does a fry cost? So instead of words, we have kind of images here of like receipts, but we can do the same thing. So we know that a burger and a fry is $6.30. So I'm just going to use some variables here. B for burger and F for fry. Burger plus fry equals 6.30. And we know that 2 burgers plus 3 fries equals 15.45. This is a 5, I promise. So how can we solve this? We could do substitution, addition. I see these 2 b's, and I'm going to try to get rid of them. So I'm going to multiply the top equation by a -2. So that would leave us with -2b minus 2f equals -12 60. So I'm going to get rid of this equation. And then we'll go stack 'em style here. We're going to add everything up. So 2b plus minus 2b, that's going to cancel out and go away. 3f minus, or adding 2f, let's put the little plus sign here. This is going to be f. So we're going to find out the price of fries right now. Equals 15 minus 1260. Oh, really, 1545 minus 1260, which is 285. I guess it's dollars. So we could go back to this original equation. Let's just write it over here as burger plus 285 equals 630. So the burger equals $3.45. 5. And that's it for the new material. We're just going to do another couple examples after this and call it a day. Okay, let's say I have 150 coins, and they are all nickels and dimes. That's it. And there are 12 more dimes than nickels. So it's kind of a story problem. So let's look at the pieces that we have. 150 coins made of nickels and dimes. So I'm going to put n, that's the number of nickels, plus d, the number of dimes, equals 150. All the nickels I have plus all the dimes I have is 150 coins. 12 more dimes than nickels. So there's more dimes than there are nickels. So the number of dimes is equal to the number of nickels plus 12. So here, I see a nice easy substitution. I'm going to take this d and replace it up here. So we're going to write this as n plus whatever d is. So this is n plus 12 equals 150. We're going to simplify, 2n plus 12 equals 150. Subtract 12 from both sides. 2n equals 138. Now we'll divide both sides by 2. 2, still on the screen, 2. Way down here, the number of nickels equals 69. So now that we know this, we know that 69 is up here. I'm just going to write it like this. Plus d equals 150. And we solve for this. We could subtract 69 both sides and find that number of dimes is 81. So let's look at the two answers we have. We got this and we have this down here. Let's just make sure it makes sense. 150 coins. 69 plus 81, 40, that's 150. 12 more dimes than nickels. So 69 plus 12 is 81. So yep, that makes sense. And that's it for today. We'll see you next time for more story problems.